So I'm just starting in this view so that you can see my delight in the fact that this actually worked. But here's what happened. My alternator's been going bad for about a week and a half, something like that. And finally it died completely while I was driving, because when the alternator doesn't recharge your battery, it can't maintain the voltage for a spark. But I knew the alternator was going bad. It would go bad, and then it would start working again for a little bit, and then it went bad. So finally it went bad yesterday, and I was just running on charge. I would just charge my battery and then drive a little bit and then come back home and charge my battery. But anyways, I was on the road and I'd seen something on YouTube or on maybe it was on Instagram possibly, where you can start your battery with one of these here, like one of your tool batteries. This is for my circular saw. It's just a 4 amp hour Craftsman. Anyways, I was about 3.5 miles from home. A friend was about to help me out, but I remember seeing this video, and so I was like, well, maybe I could try it. I didn't have a lot of rig. I didn't even have extra wire that I could splice in the back of my car. So I was, at first I got out my multi-tester here to figure out which polarity was correct. I had to check it was in the correct direction. Then which was positive and which was negative. And so I figured out, positives here, red. So it says B+ on there, but you got to figure out for yourself so that when you hook it up over here, you're not gonna create a short or arc it crazy once you blow up the battery or something. So I ended up I didn't have any wire to splice, so I tried a couple pennies, because I figured the contact, if there's copper contact on the outside and inside the plug, it'll create the circuit. So I used a couple pennies for my I forget what those are called, the little plugs on the ends of the wire. That's like a little I don't know, it looks like a wire sometimes, and sometimes it's a flat little plug. But anyways, I used that for my contacts on this, and I drove home about 3 miles like this. I just left the battery on there because my alternator is not currently charging the battery. It's done. And so here was my setup. I drove, and I'm just glad it worked. First, I was glad that it started it right off. This is a 20 volt, so it has more voltage than your average battery does at 12, 13 volts, somewhere in there. And I would say don't try this at home, but in a bind, if you're in construction, it might work for you.